So I'm gonna do a little catch up in the little vlog style in the car with you guys. I'm ordering food to go because I don't feel well and I'm unable to cook at this current moment. So we's at Outbacks. But I wanted to have a quick conversation, and I'm sorry if the steering wheel and stuff is in the way, but one of the things that I deal with is feeling like I'm not intelligent enough. And one of the things that I've started to do to kind of spark some kind of anything in me, because I'm in this weird phase, I'm turning 30 this year and I'm just freaking out about it, is I wanted to start reading more and make it like a 2 books a month minimum for me, build my bookshelf that I've been dreaming about for forever, and kind of just like really get into it. But it has to be a bookshelf that's earned, not a bookshelf that's just there. We decided to have some cute moment. I wanted it to be real, and with that also helping like any depression and anxiety that I go through. So just being a part, and basically being a part of the real world, and reading and just being active in the real world instead of being active on social media. So I haven't been posting on social media. I go in between activating and deactivating my account just because I feel like when I deactivate my account, I feel so separated from people. I feel like I don't really have that big of a network when it comes to a social life. I kind of self-isolate a lot. I spend a lot of time by myself. Like, people who are just like, oh, you should spend time. No, bitch, I'm the definition of I spend a lot of time alone. And it doesn't bother me for the most part. I like it that way, because then I can control the situation and the settings and, you know, what I want to do. It's on my time, but sometimes it gets lonely. So I'm learning to just readjust and figure out who I am turning 30. And I guess this will be a part of my little sanctum of a vlog. But I wanted to show you the books that I picked up at Barnes and Nobles today. And at first I was thinking maybe I should download Audible again, but I'm like, no, stop being, I'm not saying that Audible is lazy, but I'm saying for the goal of me and what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to finish school and become a lawyer, and with that comes a lot of reading. So I had to get back into the pattern of reading books and literature on a consistent basis, learning new words. I went to my local Barnes and Nobles that my mom used to take us to when we were really young, and she would actually take us to the bookstore for the same reason that I went today, when you're just like feeling so overwhelmed with life, and how you're handling it, and you know what we're going through. I think I remember my mom taking me, my brother, and my sister to Barnes and Nobles, and me being the oldest, she would just let us be in the kids section and pick a whole bunch of books to read, and she would just sit with us and let us read, and we were doing our own thing. And I think that was her moment of just shutting down and crying. And you know, when I get massages like twice a month, because I work out a lot and I lift a lot of weights. I'm transitioning, but it's piggybacking off of the same thing. So I go get massages a lot, and when I do, and my masseuse is going over tense points, I always repeat to myself, this is temporary. Everything in life is temporary. Everything is temporary. So it's just like, when I'm going through stuff like this, like I am now, and I'm aware and I understand what's happening, but it's like, you don't know what's making you feel this way, but you're aware and you're acknowledging that things like this are making you feel this way, or this situation is happening. I remind myself that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. So the books that I picked up from Barnes and Nobles to get me through some mental health, and you'll actually be really proud of me because I got through 47 pages in an hour. I think I was sitting there for an hour. I was in the bookstore for 2 hours, but when I finally picked my 2 books that I was going to get, because I read the first couple of pages first to see if I really like the author. When I picked my first 2 books and went to go sit down in the coffee shop, I was so proud of myself. I got through 47 pages, which means I like the book. So me as an adult, I have figured out the literature that I like is like murder mystery and spy novels, like Jack Ryan type shit. So of course I pick up a Stephen King book. So I got Firestarter. I started reading this a couple pages in, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be one of my books I'm definitely gonna get into. It has like a Stranger Things kind of vibe, and I love that, even though Stephen King probably wrote this before I was fucking born, right? You guys remember, all your parents owned The Stand on VHS. And then this book I think I just like the dessert, and I'm like really craving sweets right now. And it says caramel pecan roll murder, and I was like, murder, caramel pecan roll murder, that's the name of the book. I started reading the first couple pages and I couldn't put it down, so I went and I bought myself a cute bookmark, because that's a part of the bookstore experience. And the one that I picked was Dumbledore's bookmark. If you can read it, it says, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. I think he said that in The Prisoner of Azkaban. It was either that or The Goblet of Fire, but I'm convinced he did he said that in The Prisoner of Azkaban, because it was the new Dumbledore who said it. I'm convinced it's The Prisoner of Azkaban. But I thought, how perfect of a bookmark, so I can stop and read it and be like, happiness can be found in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. Meaning you have control of your own happiness. And my dad says that to me all the time. He was like, you control your mind. You may not be able to control the first thought, but you have the action to control the second thought and what you do after. And so by the time I got off the couch today, which was around 2 o'clock, I went out and I started doing my errands, and that I've been putting off all day because, again, I don't feel well. And then I finally got the strength to go to the bookstore. Love the smell of the books when I walked in. Is anybody else like that? There's like a word for people like us who do that. I'm so excited to start the Stephen King book. I have, I guess, an adult form of ADHD, so I have to limit myself to like 1 or 2 options, and then I have to stick with one, because it is common for somebody like me to start something like this, get like 65% of the way through, and then just like be bored and put it away. So my commitment is to do 2 books a month for the rest of the year, and then let's see what happens. I'm probably gonna finish this book by the end of this week, if not before, because I'm already 47 pages in, and that's like 25 to like, I would say like 15 to 25% of the book. So, and then I'll work on this one in the second half, especially now that we're getting into spooky season. I'm obsessed. I love spooky season. I love fall. I really should be living up north where they have like serious changes of winter. Me living in Florida is just like, it's just hot all the time. And I think my spirit animal is calling me up north. I don't know. We'll see. So these are the 2 books I got. Again, I'm going to read, I'll link them in the description. The Caramel Pecan Roll Murder and Stephen King's Firestarter. And I think what I'm going to do is start reviewing the books I'm reading. So if you guys are interested in that, or you want to start picking up reading as well, just making sure that you're staying literate in the most basic terms, because, you know, we give ourselves excuses of like, you know, reading's hard to stay focused, or you might not find something that you're interested in. But we're on social media reading comments and reading stories and reading people's drama all fucking day long. We can read a book or fucking 2, and it's good for the kids. So sorry. I'm waiting for them to bring me out my steak. I'm at Outback. I got the filet mignon, 8 ounce. Medium. Always get the steak medium. I want to get down to just the only social media I'm having. Why do I have my seatbelt on? I'm sitting in the car. Safety first. I want to get down to the only social media that I have. Yeah, we're gonna try to eliminate social media in full. Only have a YouTube channel for documentation and, like, you know, just purposes of looking back. I'm still filming for my my 30th birthday. I'm still filming my weight loss journey. I don't really film what I eat because it's different for every person. That's my little update for you guys on just mental health, where we're at right now, turning 30, new hobbies that we have began to take over in our lives, and what might be next, we don't know. But the next 6 months is just me focusing on these things that I can control ahead of me. I cannot control the fact that I'm turning 30. I cannot control the fact that the world is doing whatever it's doing right now. What I can control are the things that I want to do to contribute to my life and the goals that I have now that I have them. So I hope you guys have a great day. Please let me know if you have any book recommendations down below. Again, the literature that I like is going to be in the murder mystery fiction kind of spy novel kind of Jack Ryan situation. So please send me down any of your links, recommendations, and hopefully something that I shared with you resonated. And I'll see you guys next time.